POWER, Parents Organizing for Welfare and Economic Rights, and it's been a long, exciting, and fun road for me. In 1990, I had a baby girl, and at the time that I had her, I was a low-wage worker. 1996 was when Bill Clinton passed welfare reform, which changed AFDC, Aid to Families with Dependent Children, to TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. It was a change that, as I listened to our lawmakers talk about it, I was very nervous about. Bill Clinton, even though he was a Democrat, I couldn't vote for him because he campaigned on ending welfare as we know it, adding a 2-year lifetime limit on welfare. And I thought, well, that's just ridiculous, like there's a complete disregard of the fact that women on welfare are raising our next generation. What could be more important than that? Why aren't we recognizing that as work?
What that was about was creating, since welfare reform, they've created a way that they can funnel a lot of poor people into low-wage jobs and sort of keep the wages of the jobs depressed by making it a mandate that in order to receive benefits, you have to work while you're receiving benefits, and that if you don't work, then you lose your benefits. Basically, anybody who's working is no longer eligible, even if it's a very low-wage job, and so that's sort of the way that they get people off the rolls. But what welfare reform has not achieved is getting people out of poverty, and that's not part of its mission. It's not part of the goal. Well, I mean, it makes it virtually impossible to go to college, to complete a 4-year degree while you're on benefits, because it's not, going to college is not an approved work and education activity. So if you're receiving cash benefits, you have to still work on top. You'd have to still work on full time on top of going to school, which for a parent, a single parent is very few people can do that.
Probably the most important thing we do is we create a community that can support each other, share resources, share information, and make that community less reliant on government benefits. And I think that's probably the most important part of our work, is that when people come together and, well, first they break down their own internal stereotypes, and then we do our best to educate our larger communities and break down other people's stereotypes and put a face on who's on welfare. I went to this meeting and found all these amazing women. We get these amazing women out in the community talking about what it's like to live in poverty with their children, and people respond and say, well, wait a minute. I guess I was wrong. And so that's really important.
Monica has an incredible gift for drawing people in and seeing what their gifts are and saying, okay, you can do that here. And being able to see that people can work together. So I kind of had that same concept of Monica, which is why not band together with other people who are interested in being the architects of their own economic and social liberation, and we can help each other do it together.
The real antidote to poverty, to the problems that poor people face, to the isolation and the difficulties of our lives, is creating community and getting together with other people. It's all about getting together. So that's part of what Power exists to do, and we do that by providing resources, but more so, I think, just being providing space and support for people to get together. So we're not so much a social service agency, but we make sure that people's needs are met so that they can get together. It is important for our organization to be able to provide transportation for people who don't have it, to be able to provide childcare so people can go to meetings or so people can lobby, those sorts of things we do. But primarily, like, our goal is to organize parents to advocate for their own needs and do what what we as low-income parents feel is important. It's very difficult to organize poor people because poor people need to figure out how to, like, have dinner tonight and how to like get where they need to go and how to get their kids to the doctor and how to, like, and just managing those things becomes like full-time work. So to ask people to organize on top of that, or to, like, come to meetings or speak out on top of that, it's really difficult for people, and it's really, like, it's hard to imagine what a huge contribution it is, like, from the people that we have who do speak out. Like, it's a huge deal for them to come down here. It's no small deal with the kinds of issues that people are facing in their lives, of, like, losing their housing, or, you know, or trying to advocate for their kids to get coverage for their, you know, special needs or things like that.